Okay, okay. I had the microphone off, no wonder. It's too early. It's actually not that early, it's just early for me. Alright, so... let's see what is happening in Tezos land. This is basically what I was saying. Yeah. 0.25%. Oh my god, Bitcoin's gonna go to the moon. Did it? No, it went up 1%. If at all. It's like, yeah, these are just estimates, by the way, but you know, because they kind of these are aggregates, I guess that's the more accurate. Hey, this is a cool track, Easter Hike by Hybrid. So I have a meeting I need to go to in about 2 hours. So I'm going to be streaming for that time. And today I'm mostly going to do my usual doom scrolling, you know, and such. But I do have some things I got to do with the app, and I got to report some bugs to our dev. Some of them I might be able to fix it myself, but not today. So I'm gonna take some notes. Mint, you know, yeah, the mint date is missing. Need a way to shareable link. To we'll take user directly to the QR page. This we gotta work on. This is not done yet. Oh, I also have an announcement to make, which is pretty cool if you've been following Teia. But first things first, do this. I need a features. chain messaging UI. Need to talk to Joe about that. How are we gonna do this thing? Copyright. But probably, these are probably not necessary. I gotta work on this anyway. Okay. The QR itself needs to be populated with the permalink. Okay. Said he was working on that, so. I like this track. It's so, I don't know, it's just good. It's fun. More. Nice. My favorite tracks. I'm guessing that's Joe testing out. Some of these are tests, so they don't work anymore. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, this is good. Yeah. Let's try putting a real one. Oops. America! Let's register America. There we go. Oh. Oops. The search token function is not always I'm having trouble getting it to show up. Man, what is this? Capitalistic. I mean, it is something. You gotta admit, it's something. How about ones on object? Do they work? Just find a random one. Watch out for nudity. Say one wrong click and then my channel was dead. There, tornado. This looks safe. I mean, you know, you don't have to use this. This is just for a convenience thing, you know? But it would be nice if it worked. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe there's an issue. I mean, another way, if it's the same thing, right? But another way is just to get rid of this. Because it is a convenience thing, and we can't always, you know, until these things get standardized, it's like, difficult to maintain. So just put in the contract and the token ID yourself, you know? And if you care about your art enough to license it, I mean, it shouldn't be a huge ask, right? Like, I don't know. There's part of me that's like, good UI is very important. On the other hand, there's this another side of me is like, hey, you can't even be bothered to, like, you know, why even... Would they even be using this, right? So, I don't know. Alright, well, anyway. That was a good test. This is not live yet, by the way. This is still testing this one. We are testing it. But it should be pretty cool once it's out. Oh yeah, sorry, but Death Cult is not... not good work music. Okay, so the other thing, in other news, well, actually, this is not news, this is olds. I was like looking into the history of copyright licensing, and I went back to mp3.com because, you know, not to date myself, but you know, when I first started making music, I was here, you know. I was really like a kid, but it was here, and like people were just uploading lots of stuff, and it was cool because you got to meet people in other genres doing different things, you know. Like, people don't realize, like, oh, before the internet, like classical musicians and like heavy metal musicians would never talk to each other ever because they were living, you know, they were living in different worlds, right? So then all of a sudden the internet came, and it was like, whoa, we can do anything. But the most interesting thing about it is, where did it go? More? Oh no, this is the wrong one. Shoot. Shoot. I think it's one of these. I'll get several. Just it's like around here somewhere. One of these dates. But they had a basically the gist of it is that they had a music licensing program even way back in frickin' 2001, and you know my thing was like, hey, this is not new. Licensing music on the internet, like, it's like, whoa, you're a crazy radical idea, but it's actually not. You know, it's been around forever. People have been trying this forever, but it's been like 25 years, and it failed every time. For business, there it is. It's digging through the archives, so it takes a little while. Yeah, there we go. Music licensing program, right? And I don't think the crawler dug that deep. Now we can, maybe. We'll see. Oh man, ever since the Internet Archive got politicized, it's, yeah, see. Okay, well, it's not here anyway, so. Okay, this one's here. Music licensing, yeah. Name of your production company, name of project, description of songs, right? We could just totally just take this form. This is from the business side, right? Hey, if you're a business and you need music, sign up for this form. You know, it's very crude, but they tried. Oh, see, they even had a thing. This is exactly. It's great that Stereo Hopper's playing by. This is like perfect. Oh wait, no. This is the one. I gotta make a post about this because, you know, I'm on the internet now. I gotta do internet stuff. And you search for music. Tempo. Eventually we'll get. I think it's funny when they do this because it's like lyrical topic, beach, bad time. This is actually kind of funny. Drugs. Oops. Oh man. Spit out a bit because drugs, you know. That's what happens when you're on drugs, folks. Oh, I gotta take a screenshot, man. This is like hilarious. Mood. And then someone had to go in and listen to every freaking song and be like, this is kind of a light. This is a kind of a funky baby song. In a varied tempos, Chapman stick. Vocal properties. In opera. Wow, this is like amazing, dang. Oh man, I remember these genres. I used to make classical music. In Latin, varied tempos, Chapman stick. In Creole. Oh, that's too good. See, this is why you gotta go fuck around and find out, man. Otherwise, you're never gonna find. All right, see, this has like been more productive, like even with my online crap. Yes. I gotta make a clip of this. Okay, let's try to do that actually. Since how much time? I got time. Okay, I'm gonna be playing stock stereo hopper while this is going on. Why do I have this open? No idea. Okay. So turn it down a little bit. Can I make a clip in real time in Twitch? Because I know you can make clips out of I know you can make clips out of... Oh, I gotta log in. Okay, well. I'll do that later then, I guess. Well, I can't really, actually. I have to do this right now, because otherwise... Your shape summary is ready. Log in, Tezcon, Seattle. Enter the code 878-791. If you just so happen to be trying to hack our account, that was your chance. Get any notifications? No, I don't think so. It's a new channel. Creator dashboard. This stuff I can probably show. Stream manager, in case you want to know what the backside looks like. Content, video producer. Is this today? Clips. Muted. Oh man, it muted everything. No, unpublished. Okay, this one got muted because there was a clip where someone used a sample, and oh yeah, they can be really strict about that. So I'm in music right now. Actually, I should change. But I'm trying to see, can I make a clip right now in real time? I might not be able to. Can I publish this thing now? Yes. Copyright claims manager. Okay, muted is not bad. It's not bad. At least you don't get punished, you know. So I published. Publish. Yeah, I mean, it is relevant, you know. This is the kind of stuff YouTubers have to go through And if you're not taking it seriously, they're not going to take you seriously, you know? Let's say, like, I have a friend who's a lawyer, entertainment lawyer, and he knows lots of famous people. And we've been trying to do this crypto thing for like a long time now. Like, I've known him for like 7 or 8 years now, and like, it's just like so disappointing every time because they're just like, hey, we need this and that. And they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, and it never gets done. So, you know, I go to these meetings and the artists, you know, who has like millions of followers, like millions now, not just, and they leave either disappointed or sometimes pissed off because you just, well, anyway, not gonna. Anyway, you need copyright. And you cannot avoid it. And I'm gonna be less tolerant of, you know, people trying to weasel out of it, you know, especially in tech. So just a warning, you know, if you're doing things in good faith, it won't matter. I don't think I can do this. I have to wait until my stream is done, because that would be weird if I could make clips while I'm still streaming, you know. But I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Maybe I'll end the stream a little earlier today. Okay. Now we know. But I will do the clip part. Yeah, this is awesome. This is important. This is the intro. This is where I got in. This is like, this whole site, man, it's just like whatever, and I'm on it. I have to be on it because all you crypto people are here, you know, and this is charts. We already talked about that. This is important because it's you know, music. All right, so this is kind of what I did in my other streams too, but like I'm going into clip making mode. So it's gonna, just for like a few seconds or a few minutes, it's gonna just be me talking as if I'm making a real video, you know. And if I fuck up, then I'm just gonna start over, you know. That's just kind of, this happens. All right, let's see. What am I gonna say? Hey everyone, this is Ryan from teia.cafe. I'm doing a live stream now, so I'm going to be doing this pretty regularly starting now because we're trying to promote our site. It's version 2. You might remember the earlier version from last year. You know, it was pretty cool in some ways, but you know, we wanted to make it more streamlined. And basically Joe, you know, my co-founder, he was like, Ryan, we gotta start over, man, and the old site's a mess. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he was like, I think he was a little bit worried about, like, you know, because he thought I'd be offended, but like I'm like, yeah, no, we gotta do it. I know this. I just like slapped that thing together with the help of Chat GPT, and I know it's not up to par, right? Like so he redid the whole infrastructure in the background, and that should, you know, make potential investors in our company feel a lot better, because he is a dev and he knows what he's doing. I'm just an artist that, you know, learn how to code in JavaScript. So anyway, so I was looking up a little bit of history, because a big part of our app, you know, it has cool music from the hen radio days, you know. So if you're just missing that, you know, if you have like good memories about that, you can just check it out for that reason. But the big thing that we're trying to push here is the copyright registration system. So I'm gonna just explain it a little bit, because it's a little complicated, you know. So one, I have to be very clear that teia.cafe and teia, you know, the arts DAO community is completely separate. So the Teia DAO LLC, which is a registered nonprofit in the Marshall Islands, is not the same as teia.cafe. teia.cafe is a company that we formed between me and Joe Simon, who's you know, our CTO, I guess. So yeah, so this is actually on here. If you want to register your copyright, and I'll make another video for why that's important. But if you want to register your copyright, you should go here on teia.art, not our site. So what our site is doing is that we're pulling the information from here. Oh, it's here. Yeah. So that's that, and we'll go into the details later, but this is supposed to be a quick video. So basically, we have this copyright registration marketplace, and then the idea here is that people are going to go on Teia, register their works, determine what you can or cannot do with the rights, right? So if you own an NFT, you can give your collectors the rights to do this and that, right? And this is all up to the artist. So the artist is in control of these rights, right? Normally when you go to a different platform, it's either nothing, you know, you own all your rights, which is fine, right? Or if you read the terms of service, they most of the time it's these two, broadcast, public display, and they definitely do not give you attribution. Like, they don't want that, right? That's a whole another thing. So if you're an artist and you want to protect yourself, you have to kind of do this, right? And it's gonna generate a legal document here. You know, this is very basic, right? This is not rocket science. It's just like, hey, you can do this, you can do that. I am the artist, and we know you're the artist because you have your wallet address here. And I'll generate an agreement for you, you know? And so this is good because, you know, if you're trying to sell your NFTs right now, right now the selling point really is just the novelty of the work itself. So it's very hard to make a lot of money unless you're like already famous, or, you know, you have something backing you, right? That gives you that value. Here, you can give your artworks utility, right? This is like, businesses everywhere need art for one reason or another. Maybe they need a logo, maybe they need background music, I don't know, right? Like, maybe they need a thing to display on their latest event or whatever. And, you know, you're gonna find people, especially online, who like wanna like rip off artists, you know, but for the most part, most people want to do the right thing. It's just they don't know how, right? So if you can do this, just be very clear what you can or cannot do. And this helps businesses too, because they're like, okay, I want, I don't know, I want a thing that does this and that, and I can search for it. And they can spend some money, and they will, because it has utility, the artist can feel comfortable charging more, and the business that buys it from them can feel comfortable knowing they're not going to get sued, I mean, right? Or the nicer way of saying that is that, hey, they can feel good about supporting the artist, and right, and they can, right? They did it in a legit way. So that's what this copyright marketplace is in a nutshell. And the fact that it's owned by a nonprofit, it's really owned by the community, right? Because Teia, it runs on the DAO. There's no founder, single founder. There's no, right? Like, even if the core team decides to do something weird, and let's say Teia becomes very centralized, and we're making decisions behind your back in the shadows. Like, legally, if you read the agreement, the token holders control everything, and they can tell us, hey, don't do that, and that'll be it. So we have checks and balances, the kind of thing that has been missing, unfortunately, even in crypto projects in the last few years, So what happens is, a lot of places, a lot of startups, they come up with this like, the similar idea to this, right? But then people find out, it's owned by one company. No thanks, right? So if you look at how Hollywood works, a lot of the people doing this stuff is actually nonprofits, or they're controlled by the unions or the guilds or some kind of collective entity, right? So if we can make this a thing in Web3 on Tezos, it'll be the first, That's why I'm really, really pushing for it. Okay. So where did I get this idea from? It didn't come out of nowhere. And this is kind of what I want to show. So I was looking at the Wayback Machine on Internet Archive, right? The date is 2000. This is from the year 2000, okay? The future. The year 2000. But actually, this is 25 years ago. And there's a site called mp3.com where reminds me a lot of like, I was really, really like just a kid back then, but I was, first making music. And I tried to like, hey, you want to try it out? And it was a lot of fun. Like, I made a lot of new friends. It reminds me of like, Hick and Dunk, Teia, Tezos community now. Because, Spotify, YouTube, whatever, like, it just doesn't have the same feel, right? Because it's run by, it's not run by the community, I mean, to say at least. But look, they have a music licensing program. 25 years ago now, the people were already thinking about this. And it's sort of unfortunate that they've been working on this for so long and you just couldn't get it right this whole time, So that's a whole nother discussion we could have on Twitter if you want. I already started that, if you have opinions about that. But, but see, this is what it looks like from the business side, right? Fill in the fields. Date, company, project, medium. So basically, they're asking businesses to submit requests for certain songs that they need for their own thing, And it's really crude, It's just it's just like an email someone's checking, right? And you gotta do everything manually. But the idea itself is there, right? And so kind of the whole thing with crypto that got people excited is like, hey, what if we could just automate all of this stuff? And it should be good for everyone, right? Good for musicians, good for businesses. I thought this thing was pretty funny. Like, so search parameters, right? What genre do you want? I want a classical in the Farsi tempo. I want it fast. Like, what does that even mean? Very fast. Very slow. Varied tempos. I like varied tempos. Featured instrument, Chapman stick. I want it an ukulele. I want a classical, track in varied tempos featuring the instrument ukulele about funky babies in an operatic style. Required. Yeah. I mean, this site doesn't exist anymore, so yeah. It doesn't work, but I thought, man, it's pretty ambitious, right? So yeah, so you can, they were serious about this whole thing, even way back then. And this is what got people excited. This is why it became a whole thing. And unfortunately, over time, you can kind of see like what happened to it. Site is a little slow because it's well, let's look at it today. mp3.com. It got, I mean, it's not the same. It's not even close, It doesn't even exist anymore. Wow. Huh. I think there were several attempts at like trying to bring it back, but anyway, it's dead because they just kind of over time they just kind of gutted, those features that were really important because the tech industry really just like railed against IP, right? You might have remembered that a couple decades ago, right? And they're still doing it now with things like AI, right? And so a lot of the people in the art world, the music world, the entertainment industry, they just don't trust tech like at all, And I've been at those meetings where they just like get really, really like angry because basically they're like, "Hey, you work for us for free, right?" And it's like a kind of an insult to the craft, And so that's what's the norm, They're never going to admit this, but that's what's the norm is. That's the kind of impression people in the art world have about what goes on in digital arts, And so most people watching this is probably going to be folks in Tezos, I'm assuming. So you got to keep that in mind that when you talk to people outside of our little bubble, that's what they're probably thinking. With basically you got to start from a point of skepticism. Because it's just like if you're being real, like most of the decisions that were made around it, even in Web3, have been very poor. So, yeah. So if things feel difficult, that probably is why, and we got to start being more honest about it. That's just my thing. Like we can't just pretend that everyone thinks we're great just because the tech is great. The blockchain tech is very revolutionary, and it can be put to good use if we can just do it. And the reason why I'm still doing work in Tezos is because at least half the people here get it. We gotta like push it so that everybody here gets it, and I think we'll start seeing things happen. I think we're getting there. It's slowly getting there. But yeah, this is this exact same thing as this. I just want to say like this. That this company from 25 years ago that got millions, if not billions, in funding we're doing the same thing as that, and it's just people forgot, you know. Being able to search a searchable database of copyright has been done. It's been done many times before. There is money in it because licensing is like at least 10 times, if not more, bigger than you know, buying and selling direct ownership, right? Which is what most of the NFT industry tends to focus on, you know. I mean, it is one part of it, but I wish, you know, the more people saw the bigger picture, because we're kind of in this small little bubble where there's just like not enough money to support everyone, right? Like if we want artists to get paid, if you want NFT platforms to be profitable, if you want, you know, I don't know, people to really see Tezos as a place to be for doing art, right? Not just digital art, but art in general. We're gonna need all this stuff, you know. So that's what this video is about, and hope you know, hope some people get it. I'm banking on it. The people at Teia, they get it, you know, but we are a small group, and it took a lot just to get this, you know, kind of halfway done. This was like, I think this took a year. It doesn't have to take that long if we had more support. So that's what we're kind of doing, you know. This is also a pitch for teia.cafe. We're going to be raising money for both our company, but also for Teia itself. And this proposal just passed. I can execute it, but we're gonna wait until about a week in case anyone else wants to vote. But you can pause the video and read the whole thing if you want. But basically, this makes me official. I'm an official Teia representative, you know, and then I can start talking to people about like fundraising and stuff like that. So I hate the word biz dev, but that's what I am, I guess, now. And we're going to be doing more proposals like this to make some of our members more official. So, well, I don't want to talk about individual people, but it'll come. And then this will make it easier, right, for us to work with like more organized, you know, companies and foundations and such. Because up until now, it's been a big problem where wow, Teia's so decentralized. That's cool, but they don't know who to talk to. Right? So a couple of us are kind of like, okay, let's make, you know, so people feel, I don't know, some kind of title that they can attach to when they're talking, right? It's really just like kind of a, what's the word? Liaison sounds too fancy, but you know, we're repping Teia, right? And then we got the backing of the team. So, okay, so that's gonna be it. And then and one last thing is like teia.cafe itself, and we just formed our company in the last month or two. I mean, we've been kind of discussing about how do we pitch ourselves, like what are we actually doing, right? So we're going to be selling ourselves as a non-profit startup. So the main function that we provide, we're going to be working on this teia.cafe as well, you know, this app. But the main function we provide is that we're going to be working on things like indexers. This was done by us, by the way. It was me and Joe And this took about a year, you know, to get it through all the, not just the code, but also the DAO process, right? But it could be significantly shorter. We could have done this in like a couple weeks, you know, if we had the proper funding. So the idea is that we're going to be like sort of offering our services to like do various projects around the Tezos chain that is a public benefit, right? Things that you can't really do with a traditional startup. So, you know, grants, investment, and you know, if you want like Tezos to do well, this is kind of in your own interest. So we might be also be doing some crowdfunding as well. But anyway, this is what's coming. Kind of turned into a long video, but this is, yeah, a lot's going on. Yeah. So all right, so that's it. That's going to be the end of this clip. And then I'm going to go back to zoning out on my live stream. Thank you very much. All right, that's it. And then me staring off into the space. So, yeah. So should I wait? I'm gonna forget. I'm going on a trip tomorrow. If I don't make a post now. Oh, let's listen in on here while we're doing.
We try to support as many projects and artists as we can. So thank you for the support. We just won another CRP award. Thank you very much for nominating us. All those funds, as always, are used to buy art on our Support Artist Day thread. This Saturday, we will start a new one on Farcaster, and then we'll come back to X. So thank you all for coming. If anyone wants to share anything, this is your last chance, because we are closing the space. I need to go to the veterinary. But
I missed
thank
it.
you very much for coming.
See, that's what happens.
Check our Discord, check the Tezos events calendar, check the arts commissions, apply for the next open call, and stay tuned to the auctions and bid on the artists you like, because all the artists in Tezos.
This is why you have to do the stream section.
Thank you very much again for coming. We are not sure when the next space will be. We try to do them every other week. We did one last week, this one too, probably next one not, because I think I can spoil this. TTC has been invited to curate for the Art on Tezos event on Berlin, so we are not sure if we are going to be on their space next Tuesday. If not, we'll probably do a community call, but yeah, we'll see you soon and we'll be around. Anything, just reach out to us here on X or at Discord.
Okay.
Thank you guys. It's been a real pleasure, and we'll talk soon again.
I'm paranoid that I forgot to.
Together, I need to start getting a catchphrase too, and my spaces. So thank you very much, and stronger together.
Oh. Paranoid that I forgot to turn on my microphone when I first got in, so. All right, so I mean it's still the same. I have to wait until the stream is done before I can start editing. Is there any other Tezos thing going on at the moment? There's a lot going on. It's hard to follow. I mean, but it's not a bad thing, right? It's not a bad problem. I'm gonna make it sound official as fuck, because like some people love the officialness of being official, you know. I know this because I grew up in a family of government and public sector workers, you know, mostly teachers, but oh, people love their titles. They're just like, oh, I'm this and that, working for this and that. But I shouldn't make fun of it, because I'm gonna be asking them for money. Give me money. Need to tap into my shameless side, you know. That's not going to be easy. For Teia. Long time. People often think Teia is cool community concept, but the problem has always been, how do you get in contact with someone who's part of a decentralized, non-high well, you do a vote on it, I think. No, I don't think you do. So the vote has made quorum, and my appointment starts in first, where I am both practically and legally allowed to represent Teia for issues related to fundraising, partnerships, event coordinations, etc. Is that even a word? I guess. And this is taking forever to write, so it's probably good to do it now. I'm not gonna want to do this next week. Need this. No. Note that this does not give me any power over the treasury or finances, which still have to be approved by the Now, we are planning on making more appointments in this way to make it easier for the community to interface with people outside of the ecosystem to grow to getting started. Look how positive that whole thing is, man. I'm gonna brag about it to my friends on Facebook. Can I fit it in Instagram? Because Instagram has cross-posting. Might be too long for threads. Oh, I gotta... Shoot, I'm running out of time. Ah! Ah! Panic. Panic. I need this. Is this done? This is done. I need to copy that and then save it. Teia Art DAO. No. Oh no, it's my track. So something like that. Oh, this is the one I was trying to do phasing to. I was trying to like illustrate to people what that sounds like. It's literally going to mess with your head. Okay, I need to get the text from this thing. On the blockchain. On the blockchain. So let's see if this works. I need to tag this properly because we actually do have a Instagram. Oh, what the man! Even these sites, all the social media sites are really buggy right now because they're laying everyone off, you know. So it's just like a lot of basic things are just not working as they should. Did that come here? I don't think so. Did it emerge on Facebook? Yes, okay, this is good. I'll make this public because it's public anyway. Threads is interesting because it's like, you know, it's the Twitter of Instagram, and you would think that more artists would be on there in the digital space, you know? That's where most of the artists are, actually. Threads and Instagram. So, you know, if you want to like try to do some outreach, they're trying. I see the Tezos account, but it's tricky. It's a fundamentally different culture than Twitter, so. Okay. I did this, I did that. I can only handle 3 social media sites. I just can't. Oh man, you hear this? Yeah, so we're a state-controlled thing, you know? Intel's controlled by the government, and now Nvidia's is controlled by the government, I guess. Because they're investing in Intel, because they like think they can make a quick buck from, you know, at the taxpayers' expense. But... okay, I should probably head out soon. I got a meeting at 12. And I can make that clip. Hopefully it turned out okay. Okay, so if you don't know what's going on with this, it's basically me playing piano, and I'm playing same patterns. And what I'm doing is I'm speeding up one of my hands very slightly so it goes out of sync with my left hand, and I'm letting the loops kind of wrap back onto each other. It's a weird trick that I taught myself because I got obsessed with Steve Reich, you know, that composer. And this was his whole thing, like phasing, you know. He was like listening to tape loops, 2 tape loops kind of go over and over, and he's probably, you know, he's probably high. I mean, let's be real, but you know, this was the 70s. And it was just like, whoa, it makes all these really cool patterns. And then, yeah, and then basically he all of his music after that was basically based around this technique. And I don't know, I thought it was cool because, you know, not because of the being high thing, but it's like, hey, you can actually hear it, you know, you can actually hear that effect going on. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna go head out now. I'm gonna make that clip, and then maybe I'll be back. I gotta go lunch. Maybe I try to stream a little later this evening. But anyone who's watching, thanks for hanging out, and yeah, feel free to come by anytime. And this is just supposed to be a whatever stream. So, all right. See you in a bit.